Hello, all of you delightful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is one of our Scar short shots. It is a audition, round 2 for Matteo's game, an upcoming Digimon ttrpg. This is being run with our custom Scar system, or Stories and Creatures in Alternate Realities. The system is available for open playtest on our Discord or over on itch.io. Go check it out and enjoy, and by all means give feedback. But for now, we're going to go ahead and start with introductions, beginning with Matteo.
Hey guys, I'm Materasu, Red Panda, Duder, who is also the storyteller for this game. Thank you, Zim, for having me on.
Absolutely. I am Razim, and I am playing as Asher, the Doberman this time. Well, same as I did with the previous audition round, but I will be here to observe and judge this team and how they perform. Go ahead, Asher.
I'm Azure Dragon, or just Azure, and I will be playing Wyatt. And we're not telling her what Digimon we are yet, but I am electric metal type. On to Gabby.
Hey, my name is Gabby, and I will be playing Sammy, the wind basic type. On to Merle.
Hello, I am Merle, and I will be playing David, the basic type redacted. On to the Rin.
Hello, I'm playing Hyro. And
A resplendent offering.
my typing is light and shadow.
$74.16. Razim contract.
On to you, Yuki.
Well, thank you so much, Toshime. That was the tip goal completed. Which means that Wild Traditions is going to get their signet ring.
Woohoo! Yay? Question mark.
Anyways, on to you, Yuki.
I am Yuki. My character playing today is Alex, and he is a mythic wind type.
Welcome in, you wonderful beings. And if I may come back to Zim, I know you're not playing your final character today, but do you have a name for us?
No, I have not come up with a name yet.
Okay. Just for my own notes. Sorry about that. All right. Sounds like we're all ready to begin then. Asher, after a few weeks of fielding new operators, new recruits, new people who have been reached out to by Mirapool, the agency, and brought to headquarters, being trained and vetted and given clearances and all this, you wake up on what would be an ordinary day of work for you. The first day of basic training for these new recruits. However, you wake not at your regularly scheduled time, not at the time your alarm would have gone off, but to the sound of the crackling of your radio.
Come in. Asher, please respond.
He will roll over, fumble for the radio, knock it off his nightstand, grumble more, blindly fumble around on the floor before he grabs it. What?
Castillo's declared an emergency. We need all hands on deck. We think that there may be an infiltrator. Get your recruits dressed and ready to go.
Understood. He is going to get up and very quickly dress, kind of just splash some water in his face to wake up, and head over to the dorm. He's bursting in the door. All right, recruits, get up. We've got an infiltrator. I expect you ready to go within 5 minutes.
Brain immediately wakes up, eyes wide open, and started to get dressed immediately, not even thinking about what's going on.
Gonna flail off, out of the bed, probably roll off the side and fall immediately. Yep, gotta get ready.
Wyatt gets up like a gunshot and very quickly gets dressed and gets ready.
David shoots up, makes his bed quickly, and then gets ready.
Alex will just get up as well and get his quarters cleaned, and get dressed in a rather quick but precise manner.
Infiltrator. I wonder what is going on.
Did I give you permission to speak, recruit?
My apologies, sir.
All right, single file line. March.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
He will lead the way to probably the briefing room then.
Wyatt follows.
Righto. As you arrive at the elevator, the central elevator in the headquarters, you press the button for the bottom floor and are taken down this slowly spiraling elevator. The motion is strange, and to those of us with, let us say, not so strong stomachs, it may be a little irritating. Would we like to make our first roll of the night with body?
Ooh.
I'm assuming an integrity check?
Yes. Sorry, I thought. My bad.
Most rolls are composed of the 3 of them: attribute, expertise, and a skill.
Okay. I misunderstood that thing you said earlier to mean I don't even choose skills either.
No.
Okay.
It's just expertise where they choose how they're responding, but based on what they choose can have impacts on the results.
Lamau.
Can I use acrobatics for this?
Sure.
I'll take it.
Oh, there's the 2 combo. But I think Aster's perfectly fine.
Sammy's definitely queasy.
Crap.
I'm bad.
David feels
Bad
his
to the
stomach
bone.
going into his feet.
Wyatt holds strong.
Do remember that if you are settling with your roll, please put the result in the chat.
All right. Alex, Sammy. You two in particular are having a bit of a rough time. Sorry, you as well, David. are having a bit of a rough time with the elevator. You're able to maintain your balance, but by the end you feel quite queasy, something that you, Asher, will notice among your recruits.
He will squint, but not say anything.
When the elevator finally mercifully comes to a stop at the bottom floor, the door opens to reveal Headmaster Valen Castillo and his right hand, a tall, fair-skinned woman wearing very white formal dress with long blonde hair, looks to be about 40s to 50s. She gives a curt nod to each of you before saying, "Welcome in, recruits. Wonderful to see you all today. And Asher, thank you for getting them here in one piece."
It's not like it was that hard.
Don't think I've forgotten your past rounds of training.
He just shrugs. Well, they at least got out of bed in time.
So I see, Castillo says, stepping forward. Well, now I must admit to a bit of wrongdoing. You see, there is a situation, but it's not quite the emergency we made it out to be. Upon further inspection, it seems we do have something of an infiltrator, and a slippery one at that. But it is a, let us say, low-priority situation. Something I believe that would serve as a good test of your recruit's abilities. How do you attest, Asher?
I suppose we can put them through their paces. I do prefer live action over the combat dummies.
So, he turns back to the recruits and says, "Your orders are simple. You are to track down this infiltrator. You will need to determine its identity, be it an enemy or some mere wander-in who escaped security. And finally, you are to eliminate or capture the subject, as is appropriate. If you have any questions, do ask your friend here," he said, gesturing to Asher. "Is that all understood?"
Understood.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very well. Then, if you will, Asher, you will need to begin your investigation in the cafeteria. Commons room, you know where it is.
Understood. Recruits! And he'll just start heading out towards the common room.
Wyatt quickly follows.
Do we need to head back through the elevator or just walk?
Unfortunately, there is another trip on the dreaded elevator.
David
Hyrule-
falls in line.
Haru follows right after.
Alex follows as well.
That means he's gonna like put us back to the elevator's walls.
And the elevator slides back on up. This time, taking you to the common room, again back on the middle tier. Knowing what to expect, the elevator ride is a little easier on you guys this go around. No rolls needed. But you do find that in the common room, there is indeed a bit of pandemonium going on. It looks like you've just missed the culprit. However, there's food strewn everywhere. Tens of people milling about, wondering what the hell is going on here. A head chef particularly stands by the serving trays in disbelief. How do you approach?
Asher is just going to step back and gesture for the recruits to go ahead. I will be here for guidance and to answer questions and otherwise to assist. But this is your mission, recruits.
Very well.
So how do we want to proceed?
Well,
First, someone should take information from the people here to get a baseline of what happened before we arrived.
And is there anything out of place that we
Yes,
can
should
find?
look for maybe perhaps tracks or a trail of destruction, if any.
Agreed. So we should split up and take on these tasks. Somebody question the people present, someone question the server, someone investigate the area for any clues. I will take investigating the area for clues if anybody else volunteers for questioning the head server, and the others can question the millers about. That's how I suggest we proceed.
I'll question the people milling about.
I think I'll also take a look around.
I'm going to see if there's anything that he left behind that I could find out.
And I can question the server. Was it the remains?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is the head chef.
Oh shit, thank you.
Okay. Everybody break.
All right, so let me make sure I understand the split here. Is there anyone in a larger group than just one-on-one questioning?
Probably myself, David, and Hyro.
Yes.
Well,
Looking
David's specifically investigating the area, not questioning anybody.
Yeah, no, we're not questioning.
Okay, understood. Very well then. Let us proceed in Discord alphabetical order. So Azure, what are you getting up to first?
Wyatt is looking around, looking for signs of where the infiltrator may have gone, or like a trail or path they may have taken.
All right. As you look upon the food and cooking equipment strewn about, there's most assuredly a method to the madness. There always is. But do you have the wits to find it? Roll your choice of perception or insight.
I'll go with perception.
Or investigation, I'm sorry.
Oh, I could do investigation then. That is 4 dice. That is a 3.
All right. On a 3, you notice the broader strokes of whatever this infiltrator was trying to accomplish in the clues left by the food that is strewn about. While there are many half-eaten loaves of bread, several headless fish, and one or two apple cores spat about the room, it would seem that somewhere in this little rampage, your infiltrator broke open a jar of jam and has left a trail of footprints leading down the barracks corridors in the opposite direction of the elevator.
Very well, I will wait for everyone to regroup so we can share this information.
right. Gabby and or related persons. What are you doing?
Talking to the head chef.
All right. Gabby talking to the head chef. The head chef stands about, holding a tray out in front of him, his knuckles white, with a mix of indignation and just a hint of fear, as he is spouting not quite words through gritted teeth. The last bit that you make out before he addresses you is, "So much work! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who are you?"
No worries. I'm one of the people here investigating what may have happened. Do you happen to catch exactly what happened here?
"Oh yes, it was terrible, terrible. This 7-foot tall creature, he must have had 1,000 legs, and these big glowing evil eyes. There must have been at least 7 of them. He tore through my kitchen, and he destroyed the food I was prepping." And he begins blubbering, crying in front of you as he recounts the scene. His words are no longer intelligible.
Just gonna reach over to give him a little like pat on the shoulder. Just be like, "Hey, it's okay. It must have been a lot of hard work, and they just ruined everything." I can imagine that probably doesn't feel too good.
You want to go ahead and roll persuasion for me, Gabby?
Okay. Just persuasion, or what else would I roll?
Oh, I'm sorry.
So typically soul is rolled for social encounters. As for expertise, that is up to you, but it may have, which one you pick may have a impact on how it goes.
Let me know about that. Yeah, let me know about that expertise, by the way.
Yeah, I'll try to go for charming.
Okay.
Persuasion, you said, right?
That's right.
I'm becoming the reign of this group.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
That sure is a botch.
While your words certainly would be comforting to the average person, and are very well intended and well delivered, the man is simply too emotional. He keeps blubbering and does not seem able to provide any useful information.
Well, I tried.
On to Merle.
Okay.
How do you approach the situation?
Well, after the team breaks apart, David is going to just survey the scene and see what the others are doing before making a final determination on what he will do. You will notice Wyatt searching or doing a general investigation of the scene, and Sammy going off to question the head chef. So David has decided to switch tactics and go question one of the people milling about to see what they know.
All right. There are a few agents milling about the scene. In the smattering of 10, 15 people, one group of old hands gathered back towards the dormitory proper. There are also a group of recruits, people you may vaguely recognize, standing nearer to the food counter itself. And finally, some unrelated staff trying to clean up the mess.
David will approach the recruits.
All right. currently heading the conversation is a young woman looking to be 20, anywhere from 20 to 25 years of age, long brown hair, wearing a puffy winter jacket. Her legs crossed one over the other as she sits at the end of a table, saying, "Did you see that little thing? It... mad that it caused this much destruction." She turns her head as she notices you approach. "Oh, hi there."
Hello. I'm helping investigate this little incident and find out who is responsible.
Well, I can't help you with the who, but what do you want to know about the how?
It start at the beginning.
Okay. She gestures for her friends to the people standing about to sit back down where they were, and then kind of points to the counter visible from where she's sitting. "So, first I heard a commotion. Sounded like it was something back in the kitchen. Clattering of pots and pans, and the poor chef, he was yelling something in a language I didn't quite understand. And then this tiny little four-legged thing ran out, just absolutely covered in food. We're talking, it looked like it had gotten into the lettuce, sauces, all manner of stuff. And then," she said, drawing a curve with her finger, vaguely matching the pattern of trash thrown about. "Then, it kind of made its way through the middle of the tables. Of course, he was chasing it the whole while, banging pots and pans and trying to scare it off. And then it scampered off that way," she said, gesturing towards the dormitories. I might... I don't remember much else, but..." She looked at her friends, who all gave kind of blank expressions. And then back to you. "I hope that can be of some help."
David's jotting all this down. Is like, I think it will. It's more to go on than we had before.
"Happy to help," she says, giving you a nod.
David will nod back. Thanks for the assistance. And then he will walk off, headed towards the head chef to continue his line of questioning.
All right. Before we proceed with that, I want to check in with Ren. What are you getting up to?
Hyro is actually looking near the ceiling to see if there's a camera we can use.
Having a cursory look around the room, you do see a couple of cameras, one posted on each corner.
And after that, is the head chef the only one here that's an employee of that?
We have the head chef and two custodians milling about the cafeteria.
Yeah, I'll go to one of the custodians then.
All right. The custodian whistles a jaunty little tune, not seeming to have noticed your approach.
Hello?
The man glances up, removes an earbud, and says, "Oh, hi. Did you need something?"
Yes. Hyro points to the cameras at the ceiling. Do you know where we can see where the cameras are attached to? Because I'm trying to find out who the culprit is of what happened here.
Well, I wouldn't know how to get there myself, but word is Celestia Raban, the contract clerk, she's basically head of security. You might find her down on the third platform right about now. She could tell you more.
What was her name again?
Miss Celestia Robon.
Okay. All right, thank you so much. And I just walk
course.
to where the rest of the group's gonna be going to, so we can communicate with each other.
Probably right next to
All right.
Asher.
Then that's where I'm heading.
And Yuki, whereabouts are you running off to?
I'm gonna go over to the more veteran associates and talk to them about what happened.
All right. A few of the veterans kind of notice your approach and turn towards you, trying to be polite. The one at pseudo serving as the head of the table, the largest one, lifts his chin up to regard you and says, "Hi there."
Good morning, sir. Do you mind if I take a history of what happened here prior to my arrival?
I didn't see it myself, but I can tell you what I heard.
That would be most appreciated.
Right. He kind of lays his hand back in his head. Head back in his hands, and says, "Let's see, a bit of clattering. The old guy behind the counter yelling, and then the scraping of claws, and I think I heard like yapping, like not like you'd hear out of a little dog, but like as if someone was just shouting the word yap over and over, but in this really high, annoying monotone voice. Uh, sorry, that's the best I can remember."
Yuki will have written all this down. Thank you for your assistance.
Of course, pal.
And
Any
they'll go
idea
meet
what's
up.
going on?
Something may have gotten loose.
Ah, crap. What, you think from the holding cells, or?
As soon as I know more, I'll let you know.
Yeah, appreciate you, pal. He says, slumping back over the table.
Can I get you anything?
Depends. You got access to the cellar?
No, but I'm a doctor.
He shrugs and says, "Well, nah, I think I'll be alright. Thank you, pal."
Yuki will head back to Asher.
Alright. Merle, if I recall, you were heading off to talk to a certain head chef.
Correct.
Alright. You find a blubbering mess of a young man, of a middle-aged man, more like, just standing there sobbing into his hands. You occasionally hear muttering about work, preparation, time, hours, but nothing he's saying is useful to you right now.
David will attempt to get the chef's attention. Excuse me, sir. Could I have a moment of your time?
Go ahead and roll some. Let's use persuasion. Yeah, persuasion. Or insight. Your choice.
Okie dokie. I'll use insight. Okay.
Apologies to to Azure. It kind of slipped my mind that insight would be useful here.
Wow. Okay. I guess
right.
this head chef just doesn't want to talk.
He is inconsolable.
The poor head chef.
You try to you try to get his attention, and instead of regarding you, he just raises his head out of his hands and lets out the most dramatic "Why?" before running back to the kitchen.
David will just stand there kind of confounded for a few seconds and then just close his book and head back to Asher.
All right. If I've understood everything correctly, the party is gathering back by Asher. Are we ready to compile what we've learned?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Yippers.
All right, recruits. What did you learn?
We must be dealing with a terrible monster, 7 foot tall, 1,000 legs, and evil eyes.
Well, the witness account from the other recruits nearby says that the creature was much smaller. But they did collaborate that it started in the kitchen, came out here to the main to the main cafeteria, caused a ruckus, being chased by the head chef until it ran into the dormitories.
So I found out there's cameras, as Hyro points up to the ceiling where the cameras are at, and we could use that to find concrete information from Celestial Reborn, the head of security at the third platform.
I found a trail of jam or something that the infiltrator has left behind. We could follow to find it.
I was told the creature was making a yipping sound. Quite literal, it was going yip, yip, yip in a high-pitched voice.
All right. Anyone else got something to report?
The head chef might need therapy.
We'll leave that opinion to the medical professionals, thank you. Well, it sounds like you've got two options here. Go check the cameras or follow the trail. Where do you guys think you want to go next?
I think that if we follow the trail, we don't really need to look at the cameras.
Is the path going on a dead end?
When it goes away from the elevators towards the barracks.
That's right.
I'm sorry, I think my internet hicked up for a second. Can we repeat what was said?
Is the path the creature was going on
No,
lead
I
to a
mean
dead end?
from the beginning. After
Asher suggests or asked or laid out that you could go check the cameras or follow the trail, and asked where you guys think that you should go.
Okay, thank you.
Is the trail easy to see or hard to see?
From the spot where it originates, the broken jam jar, it's very easy to see, but it's dissipating quickly as it heads down the hallway.
Is there any other way out of the barracks, or is the only way out through the cafeteria?
From the very rudimentary layout you have of this place, there is some indication that if it made its way around the barracks into the holding cells for prisoners, it may have access to an elevator on the other side.
Okay.
I'd say we follow it. I mean, we could establish the identity with the cameras, but at the same time, it's no use if it's already slipped away.
Agreed.
And we can also use the cameras later on if we can't find it to have more concrete information later on. It's always going to be there.
Unless it's recorded over, but I doubt it. Okay, well, I suggest that we deal with the creature, that we deal with the path. We'll follow the path into the barracks to see if we can confront this creature.
Hyro agrees.
Wyatt agrees.
Alex also agrees.
All right.
Asher just gestures for them to lead the way.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah, the barracks following the trail.
Yep.
All right. You follow the trail as best you can towards a T-shaped hallway, but unfortunately, right where the road forks is where you come upon the last traces of the trail itself. You might be able to examine the floor for any more clues, or you may have an entirely different strategy. But for now, everyone can roll perception, investigation, or no, I think those are our two. Perception or investigation.
Can I use teamwork?
Absolutely.
What is
Who you
the
teaming
floor
with?
made of? Sorry.
I got kicked out of Fantasy Grounds. I gotta rejoin.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Yeah, it's the floor is laminate tile. Just very smooth finish over.
Who found the trail?
I did.
Wyatt.
I'm gonna use teamwork on Wyatt.
Okay. So I get 5 dice.
What are you
Can
using?
I also use teamwork?
Okay, so the way assists work, one person can assist with their teamwork expertise, and another person can assist with the skill itself. So by default, up to 3 people can participate in an assist.
I'm using investigation.
So then if
I
you've
don't have
gotten,
investigation.
then you would not be able to assist on that.
And I do have 1 dot in teamwork, so
5 dice.
nice.
Okay.
Dear Lord.
3 more dice.
Oh, true combo, of
That's
course.
true. That's 8, I believe. And I just imagine Wyatt getting down and using the glare of the overhead lights to see if there's any, like, residue or, just a little bit of stickiness left on the floor.
I will say, in general, you'll want to specify something like that ahead of time, because something like that would absolutely qualify you for the creative solution system, which Matteo could then award you an extra die on the roll for. For this, if he feels it, he can, we can retroactively just add another die, but do keep that in mind. Describe your action first, then roll, because you may get bonuses on your roll.
This is also partially my fault. I did kind of seed the ground by saying, do roll, but didn't. I'm sorry, I'm still used to D&D. But yeah, Wyatt, if you are indeed kneeling on the ground looking at the reflection in the tile for any hint or trace of residue, that is exactly what you find. A bit of the sticky, almost clear by this point substance still trails onward down the left path.
That way. Wyatt announces.
All right, great job.
All right, sounds good to me.
Great.
All right. As you all proceed down the leftmost hallway through the barracks, a sinking feeling might come over you, Asher, as more and more of the hallway features people standing outside their dorms looking in the direction of the holding cells. This thing may have gotten itself into hostile territory, a fear later confirmed when you reach the end of the hallway and find the lone security officer at the main door, lying prone with a sticky, tar-like black substance pinning him down. He continues to struggle on the floor with the stuff as the door to the holding cells remains forlornly open.
Asher is going to bark at the onlookers. Don't you have somewhere to be? Get back in your rooms if not.
And with that, many of the people will go back to their rooms. A few onlookers still linger, though some have the good sense to move elsewhere.
Can I walk up to the guard to try to examine what is like the substance that's pinning him down?
Certainly.
Be careful.
Yeah, I don't want to touch it, but I mean, if I have a phone, I mean, I might as well try to look up what it might be. Unless I recognize it.
All right. Your choice of insight. Geez, we're getting a lot of the same rolls here. Sorry. Insight, investigation, or medicine.
I have reliable skill medicine, if that helps.
Yeah, I don't have any of those three. I was banking on something more like survival if I could recognize the substance.
Survival, I mean, it's up to Matteo, but if it's a more
Yeah, you can
natural
make
You
an-
can make an argument for survival.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make an argument for anything. I'm just giving you a few prompts.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, depending kind of like what it's like, if it's more of like a. If it seems more like a manufactured substance of some kind or something more similar to it, there's a chance you might have encountered it working with machinery. And if it's a more natural one, you probably might not recognize it quite as well, but there's a chance if it's something like a tree sap kind of material.
All right. So which knowledge pool then are you drawing from?
I'll try to draw from survival, yeah. And
Okay.
probably mind logic survival.
Works for me.
And can I use teamwork on with Gib Gab?
Absolutely. Gib Gab, go ahead and take a +1 to that as well.
Okay. So it'll be what, 6? One for men.
Or sorry, I say +1. What I mean is another die. My bad.
Alright. Let's see. Okay. Good enough.
All right. This strange goo is not dissimilar to a kind of binding agent that can be created by many naturally occurring Digimon out in the field. This is something that a lot of recruits have studied pretty extensively. You also know from your studies that it's not a great idea to touch it. The guard is not merely struggling because he's trying to get out from under it, but also because it may slowly be dissolving his equipment and skin.
Is there a chance we could help him get out?
Can I use reliable skill medicine to help him get out of there without getting myself dirty?
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm gonna share that comment that yeah, this seems like something a Digimon might be created. So I think we are dealing with that 7-foot tall, 1,000-leg evil eyes creature.
Or the smaller crustacean-looking creature.
Yeah, I somehow doubt the 7-foot tall one, though I could be wrong.
Can we see the estimate of those footprints that we saw back there?
Sure. What you saw back in those footprints was appearing in 2 columns, a four-toed web-footed footprint.
It's an evil duck.
Did it seem like bigger than our shoes that we're wearing?
About the same size.
I highly doubt it's 7 foot tall.
Small little feet.
But yeah, are you gonna do the medicine?
I am.
Okay. Gonna help with teamwork.
Asher will go ahead and assist with 2 dots of medicine.
Question.
What's up, Yuki?
What does reliable? How does reliable skill work exactly?
It replaces one of the dice with an automatic success.
Okay, because I have reliable skill medicine. I just want to make sure. So that's 5 for me, 1. So that'd be 8 dice.
That's right. Wait, how many... Sorry, Ren. How many dots do you have in teamwork?
Just 1. But
Okay,
Asher
so-
says, yeah.
Ouch.
Wow.
Wow.
Those are D5s.
Oh, you
Wait,
rolled
what
a
the hell?
D5 and a
Oh.
D10. So, yeah, you should re-roll that.
What's a D5?
How did you...
Okay, so some systems do call for D5s, so fantasy or D3s and such. So Fantasy Grounds does have that as an option when you right-click on some of the dice. You'll see the little
Okay.
question mark thing. You don't want to use that here. That's better.
Oh, good.
And here's one more.
Aw, so close.
So that's 3.
All right.
I think that's 2 because you got 1.
Yeah, the
Reliable
reliable.
talent.
Oh, yeah.
Do make sure that you type it into the chat to confirm you're sticking with that, because there are things like boost and rerolls and such.
I'll stick with it.
Okay. You do affirmatively remember that it's not a great idea to try to pull the substance directly from the subject, that you need something to dilute it first. However, in this moment, what exactly you need to dilute the substance escapes you.
Is he going to be okay just if we leave him here, or should we get someone to move him?
Well, considering he is actively being eaten by this substance, no, it would not be okay to leave him.
I'm going to
Yeah.
get to work to get him out of there. You guys don't mind me leaving me behind so I can work on this?
You're gonna be alright by yourself?
Asher, sir, I would suggest calling in for a medical team to the holding cells.
That's the right decision in this case. Generally, it is a bad idea to split the group. Asher's gonna get on his radio and call in a medical team.
Affirmative. What's the sit rep?
Strange substance holding one of the guards down that's currently actively eating them, so double time.
Copy. Emergency medevac on the way.
Okay.
In the
Into the holding
meantime,
cells, then.
yes, we need to approach tentatively so that we don't end up like our friend here.
Yeah. Maybe Asher should take the lead.
He just
careful.
raises a brow at you.
Be careful, he might make you have to do that, Sammy.
I mean, I don't mind taking the lead. It's just that he's like, Asher.
He's just watching us to make sure we don't
End
do
up
some
like-
mistakes.
David will begin approaching the holding area, tentatively peeking his head over the corner, being careful, make sure he doesn't get sprayed.
Hyro will be right behind you.
Wyatt will follow as well.
Mm-hmm.
Alex will take up the rear.
All right. Down the hallway, you see more security personnel having a very tense lineup of the prisoners in the holding cells. One of them, the prisoners, has been struck with this black ichor-like fluid and is currently receiving medical attention from the security staff. The rest are having a very tense powwow with some very pissed off prisoners. However, the path that your subject took becomes clear as it appears to have gotten some of that fluid on its own feet, which continues a trail further down the hall.
David will make a mention of a medical team approaching to help their colleague down the hall, that they might can spare a person to get the goop off the prisoner's eyes.
And while he's doing that, Hyro points out to the ground and lets everybody else know that we have a sight again.
Asher is going to look at the group trying to maintain the prisoners. Do they seem like they've got an under control?
There is one of them to every 4 prisoners, and the prisoners are looking pretty restless. And due to recent regulations involving ethics and safety, none of these are equipped with, let us say, lethal deterrence. It is going to be a hell of a fight if these people choose to fight.
Our mission is to pursue the intruder. I'll call in a team to assist with them. and he's doing just that.
All right. I'll spare you the details of that conversation. We need help at prison cells is good enough warning to have an alarm sound over the radio, and you can practically already hear the barracks emptying as people come to assist.
Hyrule just keeps looking at the floor to make sure he doesn't lose track of where our escapee went to.
Let's proceed carefully.
Wyatt will also follow the trail.
Just in case, could I ask one of the guards if they managed to catch sight of the suspect?
One. Well, okay. Please, very deliberately and in great detail, explain how you were getting the attention of the guard.
And maybe which guard?
That too.
Well, one of the another kind of holding back the person. So I'm gonna try to approach the one that looks the least threatened, maybe the least preoccupied, even though technically they're all kind of preoccupied.
I will point out that there were ones that were helping one of the guards that got attacked.
It's a good idea.
One of those might be a better choice.
Yeah, I'll approach one of them.
Asher's probably watching you about to go to the guards maintaining the prisoners and is like, just kind of nudges you and points to the other group.
You get a little snap, like, oh, thank you, the thumbs up. And gotta head over to one of them. It's probably gonna kneel down, assuming they're helping the guard, probably on the ground or such, and just be like, hey, really quickly, did you happen to catch sight of who did this?
Who or what?
Both.
Well, as far as who, I'm not entirely sure. An agent, Digimon, I don't know. But what I did see was this little round ball of fur just slapping away at the tile with these big, they almost look like duck feet, but it had 4 of them, and like a horn and wings and stuff.
Did it have evil eyes?
Asher's just face palming.
David just looks down, kind of defeated.
Hyrule just face palm.
Wyatt chooses to ignore this.
Sammy, I don't think that particular description is relevant to the to finding this creature.
You get a very serious, direct stare at just why.
The rest of the description was more than enough. It doesn't matter if they have evil-looking eyes, and and furthermore, that's kind of a relative description. It's gonna vary from person to person.
Oh, look, if they have evil eyes, maybe they are evil.
Can you ask how tall this creature is?
It was described as a small round ball of fur, but yeah, do you know give or take how tall it was? Was it 7 feet or 4 feet tall?
The guard will look at you, then look at Asher, then back at you, then back at Asher and say, "What have you got this kid on, and can I have some?"
Oh,
Fresh meat.
David will put his hands on Sammy's shoulders and be like, "Okay, let's go."
Okay, fine.
The other guard will take pity on you and lower one hand about by his waist and then raise another up near his chest and say, about this big. You think Pomeranian size.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So far we have a Pomeranian-sized fluff ball with duck-like feet.
Four
Four of them.
duck-like feet.
And a horn
And
and
possible
wings.
angry eyes.
That can maybe throw out this black substance.
Anyway, we should get to pursuing this subject before they slip away.
Agreed.
Agreed. Let's go. Let's go.
All
I-
right.
I assume we are running, or at least jogging.
Or walking fast.
Walking fast, I would say. Because we still need to be careful as to not get sprayed by this creature.
All right. As you proceed further and further down the hallway through the rows of holding cells, it seems that the rest of the blocks have not been declared a state of emergency yet. Because many of them are still having their how do I put this? Are still having their in-captive free time, milling about with an appropriate amount of guards, keeping them safe. As you further walk down the hall, following the indentation of webbed feet left behind by this strained black acid, one of the captains steps in front of you and holds a hand out. Stop there. Identify, and how do you classify?
Name's Hiro. I'm a recruit. And he pointed at Asher. He's our captain.
CO?
Training officer.
Asher's just gonna watch this play out.
I'm sorry. One of my housemates was not beholden to the streaming sign, so I got distracted. What happened?
Hiro identified himself and identified Asher as our training officer, and Asher's just watching the events unfold.
He was very awkward about it.
Yes.
The captain looks at Asher and then grins, kind of knowing the game that's being played here. He looks back and says, well... Sorry, it was Hiro who introduced themselves?
Yes.
Or, sorry, Hiro. My apologies. Well, Hiro, it's nice to meet you, but how do I know you're even an agent? Do you have any ID on you?
Do we?
Not yet. You haven't completed training.
Lamau.
We don't have an ID yet, so how do I prove it?
Wyatt kind of understanding the game that is played is just like face palming, like, come on. Why are you doing this to us? We have a thing to do.
Haro is panicking.
Does Asher have an ID?
Yes.
Can I like hold up Asher's ID?
Can you get Asher's
Yeah,
ID?
I was gonna say, are you going to?
Yes, it's Sammy. I think they will. Wouldn't put past them.
So please, tell me, how are you going to get Asher's ID?
Where does he have it?
On his chest.
Okay. David is going to look kind of annoyed and look at Asher and be like, "Sir, we're wasting time here. Can we just move along?"
Hyrule is still panicking.
David's distracting him. Can I just like jump up and grab it and like shove it off the lobster?
Alice is gonna go over to the panicking member and put a hand on his shoulder, and it's like, reassure him to take some deep breaths and calm down.
Hyrule just takes slow, deep breaths as he tried to calm down.
Remember that you guys are able to just decide to make rolls of your own if you have anything that you think will fit. As for your attempt to get Asher's ID, no.
Even if I try to roll. Why?
That's cute, but it's wrong.
Acrobatics?
Can I try using presence or persuasion on the guy talking to us, asking for ID?
Either one.
And since you help Hyrule out, he's going to use teamwork.
Before you roll, though, go ahead and say what you're going to say to him.
I'm going to explain to him that we've been tasked to track down a specific creature, and we have evidence that it's gone past him. It's like, he would be very grateful for his assistance with this matter.
All right. Go ahead and roll it up.
What are you rolling again?
Soul, empathetic, persuasion, or presence.
Which one?
I have both of them.
Also,
I'm
it's
gonna go with
empathic, not
presence.
empathetic.
Empathic. God. My brain does not want to
Empathetic
after what I've done.
is a pathetic form of empathy.
So it's 5d10 with the assist.
Yes.
Rapid.
And yes, Zolette, that is exactly the look that Asher is giving Sammy.
Sammy stares at Asher's ID and Ash just like death.
Hi, God of
Aw.
Death here. Yes, what can I do for you?
180.
Is that 4 or 5 total?
Looks like
Four?
4.
to me.
4.
Okay, 4 it is.
The guard raises a brow, looks at Asher again, as if waiting for some kind of confirmation.
Oh my God, Rachel. Slight interruption. We have fan art.
Already?
Oh, have we?
Awesome.
Here we go.
Oh no.
Oh no. Which one is it? Which scene?
Behold, the Pomeranian duck.
That's so cute.
I want one.
It looks very. It does have those evil eyes.
It has the evil eyes.
You said this isn't canon, but can this be canon?
None of this is canon, technically.
Can you send this to me, Zim?
Should be posted in fan art, but yeah.
Thank you so much.
That was by Raijin.
Thank you so much, Raj. I didn't know I needed this.
It's Perry the platypus.
Hey, what's with the bill?
No,
It's so cool.
it's Gary the Platydog.
Yes.
Bill was never mentioned at any point.
Artistic liberty.
Shit.
Yes.
The horn.
All we've gotten is that it is small, round, yellow ball of fur with duck feet, 4 legs, and a horn. That's all we've gotten. I want this to be canon.
So, anyways, Asher
Sorry,
is
I
just
didn't-
going to nod to the guard.
Fine. I'll give you a pass this time, but next time you better bring your ID.
Yes, sir.
Wyatt
Yes,
rolled
sir.
his eyes.
And with that, he'll step out of your way and open the gate towards the medical facility located within the holding cells.
Also, just want to point out real quick, technically, by Digimon canon, this is now a canon Digimon.
Can't wait to see it in the next season. All rights reserved.
What could be the final boss?
Platydog Man. Or Mon.
Platydogmon.
And the pre-evolution.
No,
is gonna-
Plata Puppymon.
the
Yes, it's
pre-evolution is gonna be like a giant mecha, isn't it?
yep.
Well, yeah, that's the way it
Every-
works. You know, they digivolve into a bigger form, and then they become a humanish form, and then they become robot.
Yes.
Why don't we
Robot
take this in a
with
different
Big
direction?
guns.
Why don't we take this in a different direction? How about for this evolutionary tree, right? Nothing changes about its body, but its eyebrows get progressively angrier.
Digivolve to even more angry puppy Platamon.
Oh, and of course, it gets slightly taller, so by the end it is, in fact, 7 feet tall.
Or legs or no?
With 7 legs, yeah, can't forget that.
One of the attacks is with like
And a bunch of
growth and an
tentacles.
infinite number of legs, and it just starts crawling on the ground.
Ren, I need you to
Ren
take a
second.
deep breath.
It just ends up by the end of its digivolution process is similar to G's mutation in Resident Evil 2. It just gets more grotesque as it goes.
Zin, can we set a tip goal so this will be the character you play?
No. I already have my character planned out. No.
Darn.
Can we set a tip goal for this to make a comeback? Be a recurring character?
Fine.
Everyone laughed when I asked about the evil eyes.
Are you okay, Ren?
I'm okay.
Are
I'm
you
okay.
sure?
Yes. I'm trying not to laugh too hard today.
There's a little late for that, but
I mean, laughing is supposedly good for you.
laughter
but-
is the best medicine
There.
until it breaks your ribs or something.
All right. Platypup
New
Mon,
tip
come
goal.
back.
New tip goal up.
I hope someone comes in the middle of this and just sees that tip goal without context.
It's like, what is this?
All right. Ren, have you got your breath back?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Let's proceed. The door is now open for you, and the way is clear for you to proceed to the medical facility held within the holding cells. How do you continue?
Quickly but carefully, I assume?
Do you know where the path leads to?
Still following the path if we can.
Yeah.
As we enter the medical facility, David would like to make a perception roll. No, an investigation roll.
what is the method?
As we enter, he will look around, kind of cursory inspection of the facility, looking for any additional signs of our little intruder.
And Hyro will use teamwork with that.
I can add an investigation.
You remember that when you are assisting someone, you mention how many dots you have.
I have 1 dot in investigation to give.
1 dot in teamwork.
A gleaming
Demon!
endowment.
Jim and underscore tipped $40.37. Razim squeaky.
Why, Geeman?
Thanks
Why?
for the
37.
tip, Geemond. It's not completed yet, though.
37 cents. Anyway, so altogether, that's going to be 7 dice for me.
All right, roll up. Ouch. Actually, no. Pretty good rolls.
Oh, I thought that was a 9.
I also have reliable skill investigation, so one of those ones can go bye-bye and become a
Is that how that
success.
works?
What was that?
Oh, great.
I
Great
have
writer of the FRD.
I have reliable skill investigation.
So you would not have rolled one of those dice in the first place. So in this case, where you rolled it anyways, we would drop that 8 and replace it with an automatic success.
Oh,
Yeah, keep in mind that it
Sweet.
replaces one of the dice that you would roll with an automatic success.
oh, that just leaves it as it was. So
Still a
never
I will
mind.
remind you there is willpower to re-roll the entire thing. But at the same time, I mean, 3's not bad. Especially at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
Then
the-
3 it is.
Do the boost die still count?
Yes, you
Like a
do have
body
boost
boost?
die.
Hmm.
Could you soul boost to get rid of some of those ones?
I have 1 soul boost, so yeah, sure, why not?
Truly, this
That-
is
I know!
the dankest dungeon.
I guess Platypudmon is coming back.
$9.63. Sigh.
Thank you for that
Okay.
tip, I know.
That sigh!
Got him.
So it goes up to 4.
So you reroll the 1, so like that would take away a 1, right?
Oh yeah, so you did remove a 1, so that'll be a 5 then.
I can't count today. Okay, so the final total's 5.
All right. Sorry, having some under the table conversation with our director. So, on a 5, you do. You take in the grand scene before you, the obvious bits like the many sick and injured people who are laid up in beds, now 100% and very sloppily covered in medical bandages, head to toe, in most cases, whether they needed it or not. Many more large blotches of that black slime spread about the room, though thankfully not on anyone. And a very damaged looking dumbwaiter shaft towards the back of the room.
Yeah, very damaged looking. What? Sorry.
dumbwaiter shaft.
Dumbwaiter. David will point, will get everyone's attention and point towards the dumbwaiter.
What is that exactly?
It's a food elevator built into the wall.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you know, you sit on the platform or sit something on the platform and you raise it up. So somebody has to raise it up unless if the creature did get in there, he could just climb up the shaft. If he has
Well,
Or
the
down.
Also in here, it's probably automated.
Does it go up or down?
Both?
Well,
Well, from where we are.
Oh.
Both. You're on the middle platform of the headquarters.
Ugh.
if I
does the
oh,
Wyatt, does the trail continue on? Does it even
Oh.
go towards the dumbwaiter?
Does the trail go towards the dumbwaiter?
Oh, it does. Yes.
Hmm.
Can we see if it goes up or down?
Well,
We're in the center platform. It goes either way.
I know, but did the trail go
No.
up or down?
yeah.
Well, if it's sitting on the platform, it won't. So we'd have to go up and see if the trail is there, and then if not, then we know it went down, and vice versa.
Well, it's damaged, right?
That's right.
Like, is the actual box in there, or is it just the empty shaft?
Like, is the platform there or the?
What is the extent of the damage to the
Yeah.
dumbwaiter?
All right. The dumbwaiter's automated door, which hung on two hinges from the top, has snapped off and landed on the floor. The frame to the dumbwaiter itself has been dented outward, and you cannot currently see the dumbwaiter's platform.
Stick my head in the
Can I
shaft.
take a pen light and look inside to see if the trail of goo goes up or down inside the shaft?
I wanna-
Would you both like to do the things you just declared at the same time?
Sorry about that.
Sure. Why not?
Oh no.
All right. So, Sammy, you just stuck your head in the dumbwaiter, yes? Okay. And someone else has produced a pen light and is looking around. Who was second person? Alex?
Yes.
Yes. I'm
Yes.
missing the pen light and making it so he can see better, basically.
Okay. In that case, Sammy, you have a look around and you can see the scratches both on the inside of the frame and on the concrete walls on either side of the dumbwaiter. This, however, is when you hear a shrill metallic screeching from above you, and a darkness in the dumbwaiter above begins rapidly approaching. How do you respond?
My head back out.
All
Very
right.
quickly.
If at all possible, try to
Roll,
pull Sammy away.
evasion or acrobatics.
This would actually be an initiative
Whoa, really?
to see if they can
I'm guessing-
respond quick enough for it.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing like body instinct initiative would work. Just instinctively. Whoop.
Yeah,
It's a
that
good
works.
thing I just have the pen light behind him.
In case damage becomes relevant, Zim, how do we total that for a not character?
That's something that you basically just come up with. I can DM
okay.
you a suggestion for this.
Cool.
True combo. Oh, nice.
Nope. Oi.
Another
Roll the
10.
dice. And
Hey,
take
that's
the
not a 1,
dice,
so
and then- that's pretty good, I'd say.
yeah. Especially with this, with our starting characters.
Indeed.
Sammy, you did not have much time to respond to that at all, but with the very, very brief sound of metallic screeching, you have just enough warning to pull your head from the dumbwaiter as the dumbwaiter platform goes flying past you and clatters loudly on the bottom of the shaft.
Are you okay?
He's gonna probably have like backed up, like kind of like fell on the ground on his back, and he's just gonna be like, yeah, I think somebody just called the elevator down there. They may have needed it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
That was close.
So
Just keep your head on those.
can we just assume that he's up there? As Hyro points up.
I mean, it makes sense. You know, if the platform was up there, he must have gone in and then up. So clearly he's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want to like climb it anymore. So is there another way around?
Stairs.
The elevator.
Or stairs.
Stairs might be a good option. If I was trying to run away, I'd take the stairs, because if you take the elevator, they can wait for you at the exit.
Are there stairs or an elevator nearby?
There is indeed an elevator sat just on your left.
Is there any stairs close by or no?
No stairs.
Alright.
Mm.
Guess we go into the elevator then.
Love
I
the
will
elevator,
press the call
though.
button.
That was my second choice.
Mm-hmm.
I push
Alright.
the button to signal the elevator to get to us.
All right. You hear the faint elevator music on the other side of the door as the elevator slowly, agonizingly slowly rotates down. And you can see the interior frame of the elevator through the translucent doors of the elevator shaft itself. And it seems to be getting slower and slower and slower as it approaches its stopping point, before stopping abruptly about 4 inches off the ground. You hear a faint chick chick, and then it clatters into place where it's supposed to have stopped. Then the door slowly opens, leaving you with this elevator.
Asher, sir, is this normal?
No, it is not.
Oh. Oh, wonderful.
I may not like to believe a lot in conspiracy theories, but twice today an elevator has tried to kill me. I don't know if I want to make it a third one.
You think the first one tried to kill you?
Yes.
Noted.
Hiro just walks inside as he put a brave face on himself.
Come on, Sammy. It's an elevator.
Yeah, well, and we're chasing a duck. An evil duck.
Evil Pomeranian duck.
Damn his eyes.
Wyatt gets in the elevator.
Alex gets in the elevator too.
David forces Sammy into the elevator and then gets in himself. Come on, don't be a baby. Just get in there.
You have to like crossing his arms. You have to like push it.
Hiro grabs Alex pull him in.
Alex.
Who are you grabbing, Ren? Sorry.
Oh,
That's
you.
Sammy.
Okay.
Yeah, Sammy. Sorry.
Yes, you in the elevator.
Get in there.
Yes, you fine.
Ready to go.
All right. Now, who's going to push the elevator button?
Sammy
will.
pushed a button.
Oh, good.
All right. As you push the button, it was Sammy, right?
Yep.
Sammy, as you push the button, you swear you can hear a faint hum and see a spark of electricity burst forth from the elevator panel as you press the button, and the elevator takes a moment to respond. And then it
Okay.
takes a bit longer.
Okay, is it just me, or does it feel like something's bad's gonna happen?
Did they cut the cable? No.
Can I step out of the elevator?
Hyro looks at Asher.
Asher's just
Again.
going to put a hand on Sammy's shoulder and pull him back.
I murderous elevators. Do you not have a sense of self-preservation, any of you?
It'll be fine.
I mean, I'm sure everything's gonna be okay.
Pouts and crosses his arms. Well, you
Sammy?
touch the button.
Can I ask you a question?
No. Okay, maybe you can. Go ahead.
Did you offend an elevator recently?
Look, I just pressed the button repeatedly. I didn't mean to insult it.
Did you press the button? It's not a force.
Hyro just raised an eyebrow to all of this conversation.
I may or may not have pressed every button because I thought it was funny.
Sammy.
Not on this elevator, though, right?
Sammy?
Anyway, yeah. So, so why is the elevator going up right now? Is it working?
Well, after you press the button, the elevator takes a bit to respond. And then a bit longer. And then a bit longer.
Okay. I think we should take the murder elevator over there.
Yeah, I
we can
think
climb up the shaft.
it does seem like this elevator might be broken.
Oh, come on, guys. I think it might be a bit longer.
David will look up to see where the elevators have that little hatch that you can get up into the shaft to see the cables.
Well, before you do that, Hyro will see. So, is the
David's not paying attention and has asked somebody to boost him up into the shaft.
Sure, I will.
Is-
Wyatt crosses his fingers to help boost you up.
Let's let Ren finish speaking, please.
Is the transmission from the elevator like still continuing sparkling, or is it like completely out?
When the button was no longer depressed, the sparking stopped.
Can I use technology on it to see if we can find out what's wrong with it?
Sure, go for it.
I can assist you. I have 2 points in technology.
I also have a point in technology.
But I can use one, right?
You can only have one source of assist from the skill, yes. But somebody could help with teamwork.
I don't have teamwork.
I also do not have teamwork.
Am I the only one
I
who
have
has
teamwork.
Okay, thank you.
I have teamwork.
Okay.
Sammy's gonna assist you with the murder elevator.
All right. So 1 for teamwork and 1 for technology. Got it.
I have 2 technology.
I thought it was 2 for
Oh,
technology.
2 technology. Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh,
We're
Pull 'em out.
there's the
curse
red roll.
continues.
You gotta boost it, Ryan.
You gotta reroll one of those ones.
um.
Or 2 if you've got 2 boost dice.
Which
Most of the
one?
twos.
Which one does use boost dice?
Your boost dice is both of your, they are your vigor and willpower, or no, sorry. Derp.
Primary scale.
Yeah, primary scale. The body, mind, and soul added up, then divided by 3. The next sheet will auto-calculate this for you, but you know.
If you look at the sheet, there's on the reference stats a BPS on the bottom right. That's a total number of boost dice you have.
You said bottom right.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
It's not auto-calculated
quick
on
reference stats.
1.4.0.
Oh, okay.
I get the sheet and forget.
So I have 2. Because we're
So
rounded
you
up,
could
correct?
soul boost both of those ones. And yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna soul boost both of those ones. And that means I just re-roll them, right?
Yep.
Watch it be 2 once again.
Okay, it's not ones, so we're good on that. So that would just be 2 then.
Oh, Era. Ren rolled another 0 with 8 dice.
To be fair, the previous rolls weren't that bad.
I just right to this one.
Hyro, with your advanced knowledge of technology, your deep, intimate understanding of elevator mechanics, and your absolutely impeccable years and years of study on the inner workings of transportation, you find in your own head that maybe you just need to push the button again.
All right. As he realized that, okay, everybody, stop. Let me try this before we do anything crazy.
Make sure to
As-
whisper your please to it.
As
Someone's
Haru goes-
already on top of the elevator.
Oh yeah, David's already on top of the car.
I just imagine like both David and Wyatt looking over while David's foot is in Wyatt's hands as he's about to lift him up.
And Haru just pushes a button and says please before he does so.
All right, Zim, what's the proper save or roll against being electrocuted?
Probably integrity.
Okay, go ahead and roll integrity.
I
Hyro.
trusted you.
Well, that was your first mistake.
You rolled a
Technically
2.
speaking, I want to point out that you trusted the results of your roll.
True.
Your rolls are bad.
I mean, come on. You saw how he was describing your intimate knowledge of an elevator. You knew this wasn't going to work.
But I will say I appreciate that you stuck with what your rolls did say, because that's how you should play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your character wouldn't know that the storyteller was being sarcastic.
Yeah.
You know what? If I have the authority to grant Ren +1 on his next roll, I will. Because you know what? That's commitment.
For good roleplay, you are allowed to grant extra boost dice. These particular ones are unlike the normal setup where they, it's use them or lose them in the session. The ones that you grant, basically like inspiration from D&D, they carry over from one session to another.
Oh, nice.
And you do use your session boost dice before you use your stock pool or stockpile.
Got it.
Nice. All right, so
And I'd be okay with it
Pyro.
carrying over to the main campaign with that.
Go ahead, Mario.
Go ahead and roll when you're ready.
Okay. I only have this many dice for this, so hope.
This would be physical, so you'd need to roll body.
Okay, yeah. Eh. I'm soloing that 3.
No, isn't it soul only rolling? You roll a 1.
I believe so.
Wait,
Or you could use what? Oh
Body?
yeah, you can use your soul to re-roll the whole roll.
Or willpower to reroll the whole roll.
Willpower.
Yeah.
so I can't. It has to be a 1 to soul it.
Correct.
Okay.
You technically do not have anything that you can do to boost this. You could only willpower.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna have to willpower it.
Can you not vigor overcharge?
He could vigor overcharge and make that 6 a success.
You know what, let me do that instead. Yeah.
That will
that'd be
cost
2
a
then.
point of vigor and exhaustion.
Okay.
No, you cannot add a die anymore, Geemond.
All right. Hyro. You get a rather healthy zap from the electricity, what was arcing through the button before. This arc of electricity deals 3 damage to you. Pending... Well, no, we said human forms are basic, right?
Yep. Or
Okay.
that's what you said.
So yeah. However, it does appear that your strange method has completed a circuit somewhere because the button lights up and the elevator begins moving.
As Hyro gets thrown back and just lift one hand like, see, it worked.
And he's gonna stare at Rang with a dead serious expression and go,
Hi-
"I demanded sacrifice."
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
You don't
Can Alex,
look fine.
Can Alex apply first aid to Ren?
Or Hyro?
I think he'll be fine. It just wanted blood and pain, not death. It's not a murder elevator, apparently.
It's just a sadist elevator. Does that make
David
it any
just
better or worse?
looks deadpan at Sammy. It's like it's an elevator. It's not alive.
Wait for your turn.
The elevator
Asher's going to
slowly
hold out one of those, it's a plastic thing, but it's like one of those telescoping, you know, like the antenna. He's just gonna hold that out to Hyro. Sometimes it's better to push things without your actual body.
Of course, sir. As he grabs hold onto it.
The elevator slowly begins to climb the shaft. And it is clear that something is causing this thing to malfunction by the way the gears are grinding against one another on the track. And you can hear it from the inside. It sounds like many clocks ticking out of sync with each other and all at once. But the elevator is nonetheless climbing, spinning slowly, occasionally catching and throwing you a little off balance, but nevertheless proceeding upward. Until there comes a loud bang at the top of the elevator. It sounds nearly like a shotgun blast. Dents the roof of the elevator inward, and the lights go out.
I think
From
our
there-
friend is on top of the elevator.
Isn't the door open up there?
Well, we never actually concluded our action, so probably not.
Can I press the emergency button on the elevator?
Can you see it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
All the lights are off.
Wait, who has the
I
little pen
will
light?
say they typically
I have a
do
pen light.
have their own little battery backup, LED in there.
Yeah, there are emergency lights in an elevator car.
At least.
Yeah.
I have a pen light, so I would be turning it on immediately.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I'm not familiar with the fire and safety regulations in the United States, so I didn't know that.
I'm not sure about emergency
yeah.
lights as a whole, but I know for a fact that the emergency
itself.
button has a
Yeah.
backup light in it.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's made out
Got
of
you.
like darken the shadow.
Some elevators have emergency lighting, like on
Okay.
the like panel around there.
All right. Those of you standing immediately in front of the elevator panel will find the faint glow of the red light, indicating the emergency button. I hope you guys don't mind if I take some liberties about how it works, because I don't know what an emergency button does on an elevator in the U.S.
Well, it will cause the car to stop climbing and a clamp to go down over the wire so that it doesn't fall.
Gotcha.
It does typically
Doesn't
send
it also call security?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I used to work security at a college, and those elevators failed all the time. Everything at that college failed all the time because they decided to go cheap on everything. The amount of money they spent on battery replacement for the doors on the offside dorms. If
Oh,
they
wow.
had just spent that little bit of extra money to connect them to the building power line, they would have saved so much money in the long run. Considering they spent
But they needed
more
a little
than
extra
that.
money for the administration bonuses that year.
Literally, they spend more on battery replacements every year than it would have been to just connect them to the building power. Anyways, tangent aside. Yeah, it usually sends an alert off to either building security or local emergency. Depends on the exact setup, but either way, Asher is going to just sigh. You do realize that in a normal situation, you would not be able to just sit here and wait for emergency to arrive, right?
How do we fight the murder elevator, though?
The doors can be pulled open.
Yep.
If we're
We
even
just
at
have
the
to hope we're
top,
not between floors.
If we are, then we go out the top and climb.
Sam is going to desperately grab onto the doors and try to pry them open.
Why?
Hyro will help out.
Asher is going to produce a key. It's basically just an Allen wrench for a lot of them, but
It's essentially one of the for the fire teams. They'll just automatically open the doors once it's turned.
Okay.
That works.
Asher is prepared
Sort of
for
a-
a lot of situations.
A manual release, sorta.
I have a feeling that Asher gets to these type of situations a lot.
Well, he is a training officer, so he's seen a thing or two.
There's also a lot of elevators.
He has dealt with a lot of problems being a training officer. a lot of dumb recruits.
Well, what can you expect? We're recruits. We're learning. We're learning the job.
I just want to say I'm looking at all of you like I did at the college students.
To be completely honest, my character.
In particular, the one that called me saying that their toilet was clogged and wanted me to come unclog it because they didn't know how.
Use the poetry.
No.
Oh my goodness.
No.
No, dude, I think the greatest single, like, oof, my sister was working as, like, phone support for a college flat, and she got a call that will forever live in my mind, where the power went out. And, you know, there's, like, certain parts of the building with
Don't
power and some
mention
of them don't.
power outages.
She got a call from one of the people calling from their cell phone, and it's like, hey, when I flick on the light switch, it doesn't work. When I plug things like my phone won't charge. What's happening? What's wrong?
When we had a power outage at the college, we just turned off the phones. We turned off the phones, grabbed the walkie-talkies, and that's how we kept in touch with each other.
Hello, college.
Because literally every single student at the campus would call us to let us know that the power's out. Or they would have comments like what you just had. I got at least 20 of those.
Hello, the power's out. Can you turn it back on?
Is it fair to say that my character is technically a medical school student?
Probably, I would say.
Yeah, no,
Because that's what he is.
At this
Anyways.
point, with your skills and such, I definitely would not say you're a full-fledged doctor, but at least a student, definitely.
You're a medic.
You're just as stupid as us for going into the medical field. Welcome to the club.
So anyways, yeah, the doors are open, I guess? Maybe?
Between floors.
Yeah,
Are we
the door's
between
full.
floors?
The doors open to reveal the plain concrete wall. Because while this elevator has indeed stopped between floors, that also means it stopped while it was not facing an exit. You are met with the cold, hard interior of the elevator shaft.
Well,
Wyatt resumes his position of locking his fingers together beneath the open where the hatch opens on the ceiling.
and David will then be boosted up to open the little emergency hatch.
So all I will do is delay the distraction.
To be fair, you got us a little bit higher in the elevator shaft.
Yep. So we don't have to climb as far.
True.
He'll gesture for a light, a pin
I
light.
hand the pen light over.
He'll turn it on and look into the elevator shaft. Look around to see what the situation is in there.
All right. From above the elevator in the elevator shaft, you find the light of an open elevator access door, perhaps the one that you guys were headed to. And just from the bottom of the frame, you can see a small, oddly shaped head peering back down at you.
Was that really necessary?
What's the state of the root, like the top of the elevator car?
What's going up there?
I see our little friend.
Oh, sorry. Good.
I was like, I see our little friend. He's peeking down at me. And I was asking him, was it really necessary to kill this elevator?
I'm apologizing to the elevator panel.
God dang it.
But David will look at the mechanism that holds the elevator up and makes it go up and down to see how if it's compromised in any way.
It's not. However, the top of the elevator itself has flexed inward due to the pressure put on it from above, which has caused the uppermost part of the frame to flex outward and begin grinding the wall. It would be incredibly dangerous to get the elevator moving again.
Okay, so looking at the frame of the elevator, it looks like whatever causes dent has warped the elevator car to the point to where if this thing got him moving again, it's gonna scrape the elevator shaft. It would not be prudent to engage this elevator again till that's fixed.
Well, it's on foot from here.
Where do you see the next exit?
It's a little ways up. Is there a ladder or something nearby? I'm assuming there is. There has to be.
I defer to people who know safety things about elevators.
There usually is an access ladder in the elevator shaft for safety reasons.
Then there is.
All right, yeah, we just got a little ways to go to get to the next level, and our little friend seems to be up there as well.
Oh, that's wonderful.
David will look back up to see if it's still peeking out.
The thing has indeed continued to look at you, and noticing that you appear to be looking at it, it gets excited, hopping about, doing its strange little high-pitched yip, which, just as the chef said, does sound... Or sorry, just as the agent before you said, sounds like someone just yelling the word yip in a very high atonal voice. Then the creature turns and leaves the elevator frame.
I think this thing, whatever it is, thinks we're playing a game.
A game?
What was that?
What was that?
Sounded like someone spit it at her mic.
Wine boom.
But yeah, it looked at me. It started yipping, like someone just yelling yip and jumping around, and now it's gone. I think it thinks we're playing a game. I don't know.
That might make sense.
Like we're playing like
Hide and
like it's a
seek,
puppy.
or yeah.
You remember the medical area, like the patients were like enveloped like poorly?
Well, to be fair, that's a medical area for the detention facility, so
Why would they be
it's
wrapped
probably not exactly the best medical care. It's just medical care.
That seems mean.
Right. Anyways, I guess we gotta get moving.
Yes.
Wyatt is still in position to boost everyone up out of the hatch.
Haro
It'll
go
be
next.
on standby to pull Wyatt up once he's done.
Haro, move up to get pushed up to the hatch.
Mm-hmm.
And then move out of the way so the next person can come up.
I'll go next.
Wyatt will boost Alex up.
And then me.
Wyatt will do the same for Sammy.
Finally out of here.
Wyatt looks at Asher.
Asher will go up.
What'll boost him up?
And then David will pull Wyatt up.
Yep. Clamber on top of the elevator car.
All right, where is the ladder that you said you saw?
David will shine the light to the ladder. It's right over there, adjacent the floor doors.
You have the access.
Yeah.
So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very excited climbing.
And I'll follow Sammy.
I'll follow Hyro.
I'll follow Wyatt.
And I'll follow everybody else.
Asher will
And
take
Asher.
last.
We'll bring up the rear. I figured.
All right. Once you are safely out on the top floor of the Mirror Pool HQ, you find yourself standing in a pretty standard-looking military complex, very intentionally made to look this way, so as not to arouse suspicion from the outside world. Outside, you find a very standard reception and security checkpoint, a garage, which is currently billowing with smoke, and an armory, which soldiers are rushing to secure.
I wonder where it is.
I'm going to assume it's probably in the garage.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Everybody agrees?
Yeah.
Yep.
Run it. Jogging
Alright.
over there.
All right, let's head to it.
Yep, and now I'm not taking the lead.
I'll take the lead.
Thank you.
All right. As you all approach the garage, you find, another utter mess. To be patently honest, your little creature is sprinting about the garage shop floor, running between military vehicles, as highly trained security personnel fire blindly into the smoke, trying to put it down. Obviously, their training having escaped them in the chaos of this situation. There is a ruptured fuel hose spewing at very high pressure and waving around like a wacky, waving, inflatable, arm-flailing tube man.
That's bad.
Spraying an incredibly potent and fast-burning fuel everywhere. Thankfully, this mess of fuel has not reached the actively on fire covered truck laying in the middle of the garage floor. However, given a little bit more time, it might do just that. How do you respond?
We need to activate fire suppression systems immediately.
Yep.
I'm going to have to send several of these back to training, I see.
Is there a way to manually turn on the fire suppression system, or are we going to have to do this with the old-fashioned way with a lighter up against the sprinklers?
That is solely up to you guys.
Is there like a fire
I have a
alarm switch
question.
inside?
What's your question, Yuki?
Does the little Pomeranian duck thing look like it's playing, or does it look aggressively bouncing around?
Despite having the front bumper to that covered truck in its maw, it seems to be just having a grand old time. thinking nothing of the ricocheting bullets around it and the sparks they're causing on the ground.
I have a
Merle,
dumb idea.
Sorry, I'm trying to address everyone in turn. I think because
Sorry.
several people talked over each other just now. No worries. Merle, what did you say?
Is there a way to manually turn on the fire suppression system? Or are we going to have to do it the old-fashioned way with putting a lighter up against the sprinklers?
There is a fire alarm, yes. You are unsure if this will activate the sprinklers manually, but it may be your best bet.
David will give it a shot.
Okay, and then what's Yuki? Sorry, not Yuki. Alex doing?
Either one works. Is there a wrench? Is there a wrench or anything that looks like stick shape nearby?
Absolutely. There is a heavy, oversized lug wrench laying on the ground near you.
I'm gonna grab the wrench and use it and pretend it's a stick and ask the creature if it wants to play fetch.
All right. Merle, um,
Wow.
you run over, pull the fire extinguisher, and it does indeed begin putting out the fire, creating a dense fog as the water evaporates very quickly in the heat of this small, mostly metal room. This, of course, obfuscates people's view of the situation even further, which has only thrown the soldiers, the highly trained security personnel, into a panic as more and more gunshots fill the room.
Sure. Are they supposed to react to like that?
No. But oftentimes in the field you'll find panicking law enforcement officials acting much in a way that they are now. You should probably go use your training to calm them down.
Well, at the very least, the fire is no longer an issue.
No, but the
Alright.
sparks from their bullets are.
Yes.
Quote for gunshots. Oh, hey, look, it's from Asher.
Feel sorry for yourselves. Do it on someone else's time.
So, what's our plan, gang?
And I just yell really loudly, "Halt fire! Halt fire!"
The term is cease fire, but
Fine ceasefire.
You
Is
yell into the crowd who cannot hear you over the sound of their own gunshots. Yuki, you are still holding out the stick-shaped object, and to your surprise, the creature emerges from the mist, dropping the bumper in its hand and just wagging its hindquarters as it lowers the front half of its body, ready to play.
I throw the wrench.
Where do you throw the wrench?
Not very far, but I'll throw it.
Where do you throw the wrench?
Just a couple feet in front of me.
The soldiers for maximum chaos.
Into the
No,
building
I'm throwing
or
it in an
out
area
of the
that's completely
building?
empty so I don't hit anything.
Is there any way that I can see a switch to open the garage door?
no, don't let this thing out.
No, don't. I have a plan. It's a stupid plan, but it's a plan.
Yes, there is a switch. The creature follows the wrench back into the mist and then emerges with it in its maw.
I gesture it to hand it over.
I'm going to go toward the switch, not switch it, but like, be prepared to hit it when you guys captured it.
David is going to try and get behind the creature as it's playing fetch with Alex.
White's gonna go over to the nearest soldier that is still firing into the smoke.
All right.
You sure
All
that's
right,
a safe idea, Walt?
let me handle these things one at a time, to be fair to everyone. Yuki, the little yappy duck-like Pomeranian thing has approached you with the wrench in its hand. At you gesturing for it to hand you the wrench, it only draws closer, but any attempt to retrieve the wrench from the thing will only net you a growl.
Of course.
Merle, I think it was you wanting to sneak up on the thing, yes?
Yep.
You are able to get within 5 feet behind it. Would you tell me what you do next?
As I get behind it, I cup my hands like to grab it on the sides and try and pick it up and hold on to it with all my might.
All right. What role would you like to use for that?
That sounds like a... Hold on just a second. Let's see. A body, forceful. Let's say athletics. Does that sound acceptable?
Entirely appropriate.
All
Can I
right.
use teamwork to help distract it?
3.
Sure. How many dots in teamwork?
1.
All right.
Nice.
3.
All right. Big 3. It doesn't take much effort to pick the thing up. It affectionately whips around, swinging the wrench about. It does smack you in the arm painfully, but not nearly hard enough to make you drop him.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, as soon as he realizes he's been picked up, he kind of mellows out and drops the wrench willingly. Azure, you are approaching a guard firing live rounds into an area he cannot see.
This can only end well.
Absolutely.
Only good things I can see from coming from this.
I'm going to approach from like the side behind, like the side of him, slightly behind, so that he can still see I'm there and won't just turn and Swiss cheese me. And I'm going to put a hand on his shoulder and right next to him yell, "Hold your fucking fire!"
And what role would you like to use for this?
Oh god. I don't have any presence.
Unfortunately,
intimidation?
that would be the one that would fit for this.
Oh, there is no straight up intimidation. It is just presence.
You can
Intimidation
just-
is part of presence.
Gotcha.
Oh.
You can still roll your attribute and expertise.
Yeah. Still 3 dice.
Good luck.
Asher is going to be standing behind Azure.
Wyatt.
Or Wyatt. He just his presence alone going to add +3.
Okay.
+3 dice, right?
That's 6.
Well, yes. He's assisting with his own presence of 3.
Is 3 successes.
All right. So, he does whip around with the absolute worst trigger discipline you can imagine, finger on the trigger, flagging you and Asher openly with the weapon. However, your presence and that of Asher is enough to convince him not to pull the trigger. As soon as he realizes you are friendly, he quickly whips the gun sideways and towards the floor, and shouts over the hail of gunfire around him for his compatriots to cease fire. Slowly, but slowly, they do just that. And then finally, the one you've spoken to says, "Where is that little shit?"
And I guess
Wyatt,
might...
relieve these men of their weapons. You're all
Wyatt will-
going back to training.
Wyatt will start collecting weapons and, unloading and cycling the chamber of every gun he finds and putting them on the floor.
One of the fresher looking recruits kind of keeps his gun away from from Wyatt, saying, "Is the threat secure?" Very pointedly, like glaring at Asher.
Yes, it's secure. I have the little guy.
And with that, he will either put the weapon down or hand it to Wyatt, whichever is being demanded.
Wyatt does the same he did with all the other guns.
All right.
Did we ever resolve the wacky waving inflatable fuel hose?
No.
Is there a valve somewhere that can shut it off?
There is, and in the time it takes the steam to clear from the
okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna open the garage door so the smoke can all disappear.
That would also let our little guy out into the world.
Yeah, but you already caught it, so.
No, he's gonna see
Yeah,
the
true.
outside and he's gonna get
He's
excited for a while.
holding it. That does not actually be dealt with entirely.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, I actually have a bag we can put him in.
No. Let me just carry it to let me just get it out of here before you open the garage.
No, we put it in my messenger bag I'm carrying with at all times. That way he has a ride to go in.
Do the bottom of his paws, like the webbing, still have the deadly substance?
No.
Okay. He can do steppies.
So, Ren, you open the door and the smoke and fog clears out, once more revealing the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing fuel hose, which has effectively sprayed the floor of the wall and is now pooling its fuel pretty much everywhere in the surrounding area.
Do we see the valve now that we can turn off?
Absolutely. The problem is, it is directly next to the hose.
Oh.
Have one of the security guys turn it off. It seems like a suitable punishment.
It's fine. We can totally get it. Can I just try to dodge the fuel hose and turn it off?
All right. How you want to do that? I guess that's just evasion, yeah?
Evasion or acrobatics, probably.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just gonna try
Yeah,
to
you're
evade
right.
it. Just run as fast as I can up to it. Pick like that exact moment when it's like pushing them, because they always kind of do a little bit of a pattern somewhat, so you just kind of like wait for it to like flail away and you run in at that exact moment.
All right, fair enough.
Could I do it with instinct?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay. I'm gonna soul boost that one.
I hope so.
Throw the die properly.
That was almost another
That was
one.
almost a 1.
You know what?
The dice were like, sigh.
I'm just gonna vigor the whole thing.
All right.
That'd be willpower.
Willpower, yeah.
Well, you could vigor and make the 9 explode.
That's fine. We got this one. That's better.
It's the same.
It's same.
I'm gonna and then
But you
I'll go
do
ahead
get
and
your
use the
soul
other-
back.
That is true.
I can
Or
just
your
body the 2
boost.
4s, right? Or I can body the 4, the 6, and the 4. I'll good one good roll.
Oh my goodness!
I got the soul back. I can reroll that one.
No, you
God.
cannot both body and soul.
Oh. Okay, I see how it works.
So
Yeah, it
that's
is.
0.
So, yeah, you would have a 0 now.
Can I still vigor like down the difficulty or not?
You can still vigor.
Yeah, so that'd be a 2.
It would be a 1.
Because the 6 has
Oh.
become, right?
Yeah, but there's only 1 6 because you reroll all those middle dice.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And the 1 cancels out the 6.
So it's just 1.
Just the one.
You have spent a lot of resources on this. The dice have spoken. You are getting a 1.
And
Sessions, and they might as well.
you put a lot of trust in your instinct, in your understanding of where the hose is moving. The hose, in kind, says "fuck you," whips you in the face, and knocks you to the floor in a pool of gasoline.
Haro,
Take 2 damage.
Haro watched all that go down and tries to do the same what Sammy did.
Dear God, Ren, no, I don't want to kill you before the campaign even starts.
Just everybody one by one just getting slapped by the hose.
To be fair,
On the plus side, 0 does not mean you're unconscious in this, at least.
to be fair, since I got knocked with their gun and I'm already covered in gasoline, can I just like crawl over to it, stand up, and turn that off?
Would you like to? Would you like to spare Ren this experience?
Oh come on! I can at least try.
You could try, and you could get a severe botch.
Slapped in the neck by the.
Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Let's do this.
Quit while you're behind.
No.
All right, Ren wants to do it. I'm gonna yield to Ren on this one.
Ren has something to
Chug
prove.
Gasoline.
Come on. Come on.
A 0 once again.
You did good out there, real good, kid.
One.
Are you going to use your boost dice?
I'm sorry. How do you? What's the boost dice again?
What you
The
use
soul
to
boost
or
and
body.
such?
Yeah.
Click on someone your own size.
But I only have 1 of that, so I just reroll 1, right?
It is one
Yep.
that you could carry over to the main campaign, just saying.
Oh, that dice. Yes. I'm gonna use that one then.
Oh.
Come on, please.
You rolled a 1.
Which is the same as what Sammy got in total.
I tried.
I'm just gonna
Terrible.
say, you guys are very lucky right now that Asher has somebody else to be angry at and is currently over there with all of those guards, drilling them about proper gun safety.
You're lucky all the guns are unloaded and on the ground.
And the bull. You forgot the bull.
Sorry, Toshime, but we're not accepting cards on this game or this session.
Ren and me really just did a I rolled a 1, I rolled a 1. Fuck.
Can you just so I know for my own streams, is there a way to like refund or give back that card?
Yeah, I was able to. Yeah, I can give it back.
Okay. So there is a way to do that though.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good. So for my own stream loots, I will know this. So, the hose seems unaccountably even more pissed at Hyro, for it sweeps the legs out from under Hyro, then comes up and over before slamming down on him multiple times, before rising up again, circling to the side, and just shoving him across the floor all the way to the back wall of the garage, dealing another 2 damage.
Oh, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Is anyone else starting to believe Sammy's whole inanimate objects are sentient thing?
No.
We are not
Lord
going to have a
mommy.
campaign where everybody is worshipping the machine spirits.
This mod wants blood.
How much health do you have?
3.
Alice is gonna rush over to the guy who got slammed to the wall and ask him how many, and throw 3 fingers and ask him how many fingers he sees.
I still see 3.
I'll just crawl over and turn off the valve for the hose.
Between the
Ren,
gasoline fumes and your new concussion,
Real
Ren,
quick.
I don't know if that's true.
Ren, don't
I-
forget that you do have integrity.
Oh, right.
What if you don't have integrity? Oh, never mind. I see.
You should always have at least 1
Yeah.
integrity.
I saw the number.
But yeah, you crawl over to the valve and are able to stand safely in the space right next to the flippant hose. You turn the hose off, and it just kind of deflates on the floor. Several guards rushing in from all sides of the building, weapons primed, to find that the threat is secure and there's a major mess to clean up.
I'm gonna lean down and I'm gonna pat the hose. Thank you for not whipping me again.
David just shakes his head.
Can I use empathetic touch on what's your character's name? Ren?
Hyro.
On Hyro.
Absolutely, you can. I forget what empathetic touch does, though.
Well, I assume that's a move.
No, it's a feat, I think.
Oh.
Full of
You have a pool of restorative healing you can grant yourself or allies with a touch equal to double feat limit.
First off, there is no feat called empathetic touch, but there is
what I
empathic
meant.
touch.
God damn it! I cannot read
Lol.
today. That's what I meant.
Secondly, this is basically Paladin's Lay on Hands. Feat limit, if you look above the feat table where all of them are listed, some feats can simply be strong and thus have a limited number of times or rounds they may be used per full rest. This is equal to your primary scale and may be specified as half or double your primary scale. So, in this case, this would be you'd probably be able to, presuming... What is your body, mind, and soul?
Body 1, mind and soul are 2.
So you have 4 points that you can heal per day. But it is restorative healing, which is different from true healing. Also, yeah, I forgot to start up the Marten bot. Let me do so. Sorry, guys.
I'll give Ren 2.
Thank you.
Do note that
We had-
restorative healing dissipates after the scene is over.
Right.
So in this case, I would say it would probably be kind of useless to do so.
So the reason it's in character for my character to do that because you got smacked this
That's
to help
fair.
you get up and walk it off.
I'll just add temporary healing for now. And once we go to the next scene, I'll just remove it.
And this is just in case anything also just any other inanimate object decided that he's target number 1 and smack him, he won't go down.
We still have to take more elevator rides.
As long as you work at Maripool, there will be an elevator.
I know we said no cannon, but can I hold this cannon the fear of elevators?
I don't mind shit. Asher, your radio at this point will crackle to life.
Asher, we're getting reports of explosions all across the facility. How copy?
Problem has been dealt with. Subject is apprehended. I have multiple soldiers to send back to training. However, the team did well enough to move
A new
on.
subscriber arrives. It fills you with determination.
Lightning Dragon 10065 just resubscribed for 57 months. Razim squeaky, Razim squeaky, Razim squeaky.
Thank you so much for that resub, Lightning Dragon, and your 57 months of support.
Проходи подругу, потом вкусняшку получишь.
You hear a long, exasperated sigh on the other end of the radio before someone finally says,
Understood. Please send them our way. They'll have a personal meeting with Valen Castillo.
Absolutely, after they finish cleaning up the garage. And then he looks at all of them pointedly. Surrender your badges on your way past to do so.
They shamefully do just that as they head to the broom closet in search of this specialized equipment specifically for a spill such as this. With the threat clear, the strange canine avian thing in hand, what's the plan now, gang?
The fuel dripping Sammy approaches Asher and just gives him a little thumbs up. Thumbs up. Excuse me.
So Asher, sir, where do we bring this little guy?
To the holding cells, typically.
I mean, why is he being held? He's kind of cool.
Hyro just give Sammy a deadpan look.
Looks at the room, looks back at Sammy.
Have you seen destruction of this? What this little guy did?
I mean, okay, it may have been a couple murder elevators. He's gonna like lean down to give him a little scratch on the head. He's gonna be like, "Oh, but look at him. He's looking kind of cool."
He could be our mascot.
I'm not feeding him, and I'm not picking up his droppings.
Oh.
To the
Let's just-
holding cells, then.
Yes, please.
Yes. We're gonna take the long way around though, because we're not going. That one elevator is still busted.
Yes, that elevator is inoperable, so we'll have to take the scenic route.
Yep.
Oh, thank goodness.
Not all elevators are evil.
Just
Technically, none of them are. This one was just rendered inoperable.
By a very excited puppy.
Yep.
duck
bird
thing.
thing.
As you head back into the military complex proper, you find one Valen Castillo and the same sharply dressed, pale-skinned, long-haired woman from before, each of them with beaming smiles upon their faces. Valen will be the first to break the silence, clapping his hands in front of him and saying, "Excellently done. Oh, you handled that situation with such finesse. Greater than some of our own, it seems," he said, glancing over towards the garage. "But nevertheless, I'm quite proud of you."
Thank you.
was our pleasure.
Yeah. And I got to realize that the head chef is unreliable. It doesn't really have evil eyes.
David rolls
He's also
his
not 7
eyes.
feet tall with 7 legs.
As far as we know.
How are we just gonna facepalm?
And it was 1,000 legs, not 7. Make sure you get the accounts right.
Oh my god.
Valen will kneel, snapping his finger in the direction of the platypuppy, which begins trying to wriggle out of Sammy's arms. Out of what?
David's
Sorry,
arms.
David's arms. My apologies.
David will let it down.
All right. David will, the platypuppy will cross about half the distance between you and Valen before Valen stands up and raises an open palm in its direction. A circle of runes glows around his hand for a moment before encircling the platypuppy on the floor. A pillar of light beams to the ceiling, and when it dissipates, there stands a very familiar figure to some of you. One Jacob Davis. You may remember him from your training as the tall, dirty blonde, gas mask wearing fellow. And to you, Jacob. Excellent work. Though, next time, could you keep the property damage down just a little? Hey, what can I say? You wanted a realistic simulation, and that's just what I gave him, right?
Hyrule just blinks. Mouth agape.
Of course it was.
He just tilts his head. Who are you?
I forget who all actually did their training with Jacob Davis on the first day of auditions, but
I have not met him.
Yep. Don't know him.
You actually did, Fred. He was the guy you met when you left the elevator.
Oh.
Mario, quick question.
Not everybody got the same person.
that's true.
If he did, I do not remember him.
Not really good. How tall is him?
I doubt he's 7 feet tall.
He's 6'4".
He's gonna look at the group and just go closer to 7 feet.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness!
David puts his hands on his on his hips and just shakes his head, looking down.
Hey, no sweat. Dinner's on me tonight. Besides, it's only fitting that, I do something nice to welcome the new agents. Yeah?
I'll take you up on that.
Free food is good for me.
Free food.
He'll give a big, exaggerated bow. And then I'll lead the way, he said, before turning on his heel and proceeding toward the elevator, only to be stopped by the stern glare of the woman behind him. Oh, no, you don't. You have so much to answer for in terms of property damage and security risks. You traveled through the holding cells, damn you.
Harold just gave it a little quiet snark.
Does this
White
mean
just
we'll have to go
looks-
back through training?
White just looks slightly satisfied.
Sorry, what'd you say? Fuck. I forgot the name, but I know who I'm talking to. Yuki.
Does this mean he'll have to go back through training?
I've half a mind to have him expelled from the entire headquarters. Oh, hey, all under the watchful eye of Valen, the great Valen Castillo. Besides, he's the one who put me up to this. Is that true, Valen? Castillo will nervously shift his stance and begin scratching the back of his head, letting out a nervous chuckle. Everything in the name of training, yes? The woman will walk over, stomp his foot, and then walk to the elevator. You're filing the financial reports.
Paperwork. Everyone's
Worst nightmare.
nightmare.
So, Zim, are we fair to bring it a close, or would you like me to have a little shawarma scene for another 30 minutes?
I'm good to end it now if you would like, or we can continue on a little bit. Up to you.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
it'd be
have
cool
another
for...
tabletop game, so I'm good for the rest of the night.
Cool.
Who?
Yeah, I don't mind if you guys want to explore or meet some of the characters, but cards on the table. I don't have anything else planned. You guys completed my scenario.
I mean, go ahead.
I just have one question.
Yeah.
Without the head chef, who prepares the food?
What are you talking about?
The sous chef.
The crying chef from earlier.
Yeah. I don't think
He's still there.
I think the Plata puppy knows him an apology.
Well, unless somebody tells on him, he doesn't know who the Plata puppy was.
I mean, Haru doesn't know anything about that, so he's out of loop of this.
We take him back to the chef to apologize. He's just like, "What are you apologizing for?" And then have him turn into the platypus puppy.
I do have a question for him, though. The Plata puppy.
All right. Jacob will kind of raise an eyebrow and say, "What is it, Alex?"
What's with the Plata puppy? What inspired that?
If I can be honest with you, absolutely nothing. You see, Castillo actually gave me this form temporarily. I was stripped of the one he gave me at first because breaches of protocol, and it's a long story. Suffice to say, you won't usually see me as that thing, he says, kind of waving his fingers dismissively.
You know, in a weird way, I think it kind of suits you.
Oh my goodness!
Jacob, the unintimidating, lanky fellow that he is, will do his best to put on a mean face as he approaches and say, You want to say that again before pulling up his gas mask?
There is like zero malice in Sammy's face. He just has a little smile and he nods and goes, "Yeah, it kind of suits you."
You know, I kind of agree.
Oh my goodness!
Asher, don't agree with them. I'm your pal. I'm your buddy. I'm your friend. Sure, I broke the rules a couple times, but that's all water under the bridge now, right?
You made me deal with this.
Wyatt is enjoying the show of two of his superiors bickering with each other.
And Hyro is enjoying it as well.
Though I suppose it's not all bad. I've got a bunch of fresh recruits to go put through the paces again, so... And these ones I can be especially aggressive with.
Oh dear. I'm going to leave you to it, Castillo said before running to the elevator.
Why? Permission to speak freely, Asher?
Go ahead.
Maybe a suitable punishment for him should be mascot duty.
Unfortunately, I don't have say on that with him. Technically, equal rank and all that.
Just throwing out an idea. Considering he loves that form so much.
Why would it be a punishment? I mean, I think he'd make good with
I
that
use
one.
air quotes when I say loves.
No, that doesn't change the Sammy's answer. He likes it. Why is it punishment? I think you should keep it.
Hyro raises his hand. May I speak, Asher?
You just spoke, did you not?
So why are you gonna be extra aggressive to us?
You're not the fresh recruits, you're agents now.
Oh.
Oh.
So we got our own IDs?
Oh.
I could see Sammy getting his ID, going back to the detention center, and showing the captain. See, look, I got an ID.
God freaking dang it, I know.
Oh.
I mean,
Ren has a very high broken counter.
I think Ren's broken counter is so high it broke.
Oh, that's why we needed the elevator reach. It's just too high up.
Ren's broken counter.
So, when are we gonna get our IDs?
I assume we have to graduate, like have the official ceremony and all that.
I assume there's paperwork to go with it.
Oh, paperwork.
The radio will hum to life once more, with Castillo's voice coming over it.
And guess who gets to do that paperwork, Asher?
Lamau.
Yes, I get to... Yes, he's right. I get to approve the paperwork that you all fill out, so you better fill it out well, and then I will put my approval on it. Asher knows how to delegate.
Apparently so.
Delegation, baby.
If anybody needs help with the paperwork, I'd be willing to help them.
And be sure to fill out your performance evaluations before midnight tonight.
Yep, fill those out.
No, that's your job, sir.
We
cannot
can't fill out
evaluate
our
ourselves.
own evaluation reports.
I mean,
All
we
right,
can.
zeros across the board. Got it.
I don't understand what the problem is with this. Why would you not want to fill your own paperwork?
Well, it's more a matter of honesty.
I can be
Integrity.
Yeah. Not everyone is honest.
But that's why he's here, right? If you write terrible things, he'll be like, oh, maybe I need to give this person a better score. He's underestimating himself. And then he'll boost it up, right?
But there's
And
always
if
that
you
one guy with
overestimate
five,
yourself,
five.
if you overestimate yourself, I might have to bump it down a lot.
Exactly. Oh, that would be pretty bad. I don't know why anyone would do that.
Hence why the evaluator should be filling out the evaluation reports.
As I
So it can
said,
al-
I am happy to fill it out for you.
He's already doing so much work. You don't want him to do more work, right?
Sammy, I mean this in the nicest way possible. Stop talking.
No, he's got a very good point. In fact, I think he might get some. I think he is especially deserving of some very high marks.
With all due respect, no, he's not.
How are we just gonna keep his mouth shut?
Hey, come on. I braved my fears of elevator, and I beat the hose.
Yes, you conquered an irrational fear of an inanimate object and defeated another inanimate object.
After
Congratulations.
it slapped you in
And-
the face. You might want to get that looked at, by the way.
It's fine. It's just gasoline. I like the smell.
No.
Oh, goodness.
No, stop.
I can take a look at him if need be.
Someone needs to take Sammy to the medical wing ASAP. I think he's inhaled too many fumes.
You think? I think he has.
Alex will take Sammy to the medical wing.
Fine. What?
I think that's it then. I don't think I have any other questions or actions I can think of.
Yeah,
Great.
I'll-
Here's these forms. Fill them out.
Yes,
And-
sir.
Yeah.
And we'll leave on that cliffhanger.
Well, thank
that
you,
was
everyone.
fun.
It was definitely a hard decision. I wish we could take you all, but alas. We'll let you guys know as soon as possible. This next week, or these next few days, those that do stay, you're going to need to give me details for your characters, so that way we can get the art going, and we'll handle payments and such on that front as well. But for now, yeah, any questions that you guys have for out of game?
I enjoyed all of you guys. It was very fun.
That's not a question, Red.
That is
I don't
not
care.
a question.
Statement. No questions.
No, none here.
Then I think if everything goes according to plan, our first session will be on the 25th. I look forward to seeing you all then.
Woo.
Yep.
And now for the stream side of things. Thank you everybody for joining us today for this Scar Short Shot. As I said, we'll be starting this campaign officially in the near future. This session was not canon, but, you know, we can still maybe have some references, maybe. But either way, thank you so much for joining. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They are on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, as well as coming by, hanging out, picking up packs of cards to stream loots, using our Humble Bundle partner link, or subscribing to us over on Discord or over on YouTube as well as Streamloots. But for now, thank you so much for joining, and I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Put a puppy in the chat.
And beware elevators.